Hi, and welcome back to this tutorial series on Waveform 9. In this video, I'm going to show you something pretty exciting. I'm going to show you how to get from an audio clip to working with a step sequencer in very few steps. This builds on the audio editing that we did in the previous video. It also introduces the new multi-sampler, which is a feature of Waveform version 9. Let's get started. First, I'm going to search for a loop. This should be included on your system as well. Just go to the browser search tab, search for 90 beats per minute, and you'll find this loop. Just a simple drum loop. I'm going to drag that over into my project. First, I'm going to change the tempo. We went over this in a previous video. I'll click here on the tempo, click the tempo and properties, type in 90, so I'm setting it to the native tempo. I'll drag this over to the first track in my project, and then we're going to zoom in a little bit. All right, so this is a snare right here. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in a little bit. I'll drag, I'm just going to separate this out using the slash key. So that's my snare right there. And there's a kick. I'll drag here and use the slash key again to separate out the kick. Here's a little tick right there for a hi-hat sound. I'm going to grab just these, I'm just chopping up this drum loop into a few pieces that I'm going to use and resequence them. To delete the things that I don't need, I just click on the clips, hit delete. So now I've got snare, kick, and a hi-hat. And that's all I really need to create a basic beat. So how do I reuse the pieces of this? I'm going to use the new multi-sampler. So to do that, just drag the plugin object to a new track and choose from the Waveform plugins and then choose multi-sampler. I'll double click to open multi-sampler. So I'm going to drag these pieces into the layers list area here in multi-sampler. So the way we want to drag is to drag using this tool right here, or this handle, which is a file. It will render the file into a new little clip, which we'll use as a sound layer or a sample in multi-sampler. So we just drag it and drop it here. That's our kick sound. We'll move on to this snare sound, do the same thing, and drag it in. And then this hi-hat sound, we'll do the same thing and drag it in. And now we've got our various sound layers. Now here's where the really cool trick comes in. There's a quick zone feature in here. Normally you would go to the zones tab and say, well, what note do I want this to play on? We don't even need to do that manually by adjusting these ranges or anything like that. Just right click on the sample, choose quick zone, and then choose kick. Now that will assign it to the note, the correct note, to use it with a step clip. We'll do the same thing for this. We'll right click on this sample, quick zone, snare. Right click on this one, quick zone, and we'll choose the closed hi-hat. You can see that there's other things that are available. These are all exactly the ones that are in step clips. So now we've got this all set up in multi-sampler, but that's all there is to do for that. Now we've got this set up. All we need is a step clip to get started. Now I'm going to put the cursor at the beginning of the song. We'll zoom out a little bit. Then we're going to drag in this tool right here, which will allow us to create a clip. We'll choose Insert New Step Clip. And now we've got our step clip ready to go, and we can program in our kick drum. I'll select it. I'll press A to set the loop around it, and then we'll play back. And now we can use all the tools we would normally use with step clips. If I want to program in the hi-hat pattern, I can just drag across here. Just clicking to turn them on or off. If we want to adjust the velocities, we'll click on the hi-hat row here, add a little variation to the velocities, just drag across here. Now that's not the most inspiring beat, and this is an extremely simple example of what you can do with step clips and multi-sampler, but it gives you a flavor of how easy it is to work with these tools. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.